Episode 66 of the Planet Nintendo podcast. We're back, guys, and we have a great menu for today. Over under, everyone's favorite game, at least it is mine. Furukawa's words, we have the Bobby blood pressure topic of the week. Nintendo shuts down Bowsette. How does Joe's right arm feel about that? And the generation you gamed the least. So let's get it started. What's up, guys? Episode 66, and like always, we are joined by the best co-host on the planet, Joe After Work. What's up, man?
We didn't miss a beat at all.
Nope, not at all.
We didn't record an episode last week, and I had two mics on at the same time, and it kind of got destroyed.
Robot Joe. It's the most terrifying thing in my life. I couldn't listen to it.
Because we need more than one me.
Yep. And then Bobby, Nintendo Guru. What's up, man?
The deal was I expected to fully go the Christmas week without Joe.
Here
and
we
then
go.
Obviously we should have went last week without Joe because he totally screwed that up. We had two opportunities to go without Joe, and you dropped the ball, Patrick.
Shots fired. Shots fired. Bang, bang.
Listen, there's a lot of anticipation. Your year just got better because we're back.
Wait, first off, Patrick, did you get a new camera?
No, I just got a nice setup. I got some lights. We got a mic stand. I'm in space right now. Like,
Oh my
Looking
God.
sexy.
killing it,
That's
man.
nice. You actually look crisp and clean, man. Woo.
Yeah. Not as good looking as I did prior.
Yeah, like a year ago.
Like a year ago. Oh my God.
A year ago, you looked amazing. Now you're kind of,
Yeah, I'm saying. I wanted to ask you, Bobby, what games you've been playing. It's been quite some time. At
It's
least for
been
the
like 3
podcast.
weeks.
Yeah.
Because somebody don't know how to edit. Or, I'm sorry, somebody don't know how to record. My bad. Listen, I've been playing a lot of stuff. Did my New Year's Eve stream, which was fantastic. Thank you for everybody that came out and spent some time at that. That was unbelievable. How many people came out? How many people watched the stream? Everything across the board. Thank you for that. But the one thing I want to talk about that I've been playing, it's an old game. Man, it's got me so roped in. Minecraft. I've been playing in Ribo's realm.
Oh,
So
man.
Ribo gave me access to his Minecraft realm.
Mhm.
And basically what he has to do is he gets like so many users, and it's not much. It's like 1 or 2 users. It's him plus I think 2 people. So he has to grant you access to come into this world. But this guy, if you want to get inside the mine of Ribo, go watch one of my streams when I'm in his world. He's got train tracks all over the place. Like, it is insanity how cool this thing is. Like, I'm sitting there and I'm playing and I'm like, this is unbelievable. I've never been to something so cool in my life. Like, and then you get to a train station, right? And it's like, he has actual train stations set up. So you get to a station and he's got signs. Click, go this way, it'll take you out to another part of the world. Then you click this way. He's got one that goes underwater, and you're actually underwater going through. He built a tunnel underwater.
Wow.
Insane. He told me, he's like, that one took a while. I'm like, I guess so, because you got to like build it and then empty the water out. So you got to go underwater. You have to build it. Hopefully, don't die, because that's a thing.
Yep.
That's the other thing. He's in survival mode. He's not in.
Oh.
So like everybody else that plays, they typically when they're doing stuff like he's doing, they're in creator mode. This dude is doing it all in survival mode, which is
Wow.
insanity. Insanity. I don't know how the hell he did it, man. I'm blown away.
Minecraft has
Amazing.
always scared me. Like, I feel like I've played it a little bit, but never got hardcore into it. But that's a
Yeah.
game, man, where you just sink hours into.
Oh, it's so fun, though, man. The biggest part, like me and him were talking today, and I was like, dude, I can just sit there and just lose my mind, just going in and just mining, going like because I like to go to the floor
Mhm.
and just start clearing out the floor and like just finding like lava pits and stuff and like walling them off. And then like I like to build floors with lava around the outside of the floors, and then you put glass so you can walk over it, but it like lights the whole room up. It's
Oh, that's awesome.
I love doing stuff like that. So I get goofy. I built a house the other day. and I went to the roof, and I ran a pipe from the roof. It was 2 stories from the roof down to the bottom floor with a pit on the bottom floor, and then I filled it with lava, and the lava goes from the roof down to the floor, and it kind of spreads across the floor. And it's all held in by. It's so cool looking, dude. I love doing stuff like that.
He said he spent like 3 years on that, right? Something like that.
Yeah, he's been doing it for a while, dude.
That's
insane.
crazy.
It's
That's insane.
He says to me, because we were talking the other day, or we were talking today, and he was just like, I just like to jump in like in the fall. Like he'll play this time of year. So like fall till right after the holiday, and then he stops. And then he'll come back the next year. But dude, it's I tip my cap to him. Guy's amazing.
That's crazy.
The castle he has built, man, it would make Bowser jealous. Like legit. It's insane, dude. Gotta check it out.
Joe, what about you, man?
Since the last episode we recorded got scrapped, World of Final Fantasy beat, Starlink beat, Onimusha beat, Warlords dropped on the Japanese eShop, so I bought that. I couldn't wait. I was just like, I'm jumping in. That one was like, I didn't realize how short it was, but also coming from PS2 era and like things taken from, prior Resident Evil resources that didn't get used up and whatnot, I figured, okay, yeah, that makes sense that it's like a 5-6 hour game that you can jump into. It drops here in a couple weeks, and like a week or two. I think next week, actually, next Friday or something, the 15th. Oh, so damn. If you're not playing Mario, you're not playing Tales of Vesperia, and you want something short and sweet that you can kind of knock out over a weekend and has replayability, then Onimusha might be the game you're looking for, dude, for sure. And I jumped into, speaking of going old school, Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. I caved. I'm doing it.
Next week the trilogy is gonna get announced. So.
Basically, this is it. This is happening.
next week or this week?
Who the hell knows?
Might be this week.
Or it could just be a rumor, like what people are saying.
Could be like what all these websites do. They just post all nonsense.
You got him started, Joe. You got him started.
That's called a segue.
Say, don't die over there. Actually, might not be a bad thing. Maybe we'll get recordings done properly.
Oh man, savage!
James, if you're listening, we got a chair over there. So I'm about to go back to the Wii U days. I picked up Captain Toad. That's my favorite game on the Wii U, bar none. Like, played it on the Switch, and it's really different because you essentially have like a pointer in the other hand. I don't know how I feel about that. I haven't played enough, but gonna get the new Super Mario Bros. U. Actually, really excited about that for some reason. This is like the first port where I'm like, I need this.
Yeah, me too.
And then there's this deal on eBay right now. It's like some seller. He sold like over 4,000 of it. There's a combo pack. It's like Aquamoto Racing, like a jet ski racing game, and like Game Party or some garbage like mini game thing for $10. Both of those, $10. So I don't know, all you physical collectors. I wanted to try out like the Aquamoto, but they're both bad games. But I picked those up.
Don't do it.
They look pretty bad.
You two got problems.
Bobby shakes his head in
man.
disappointment.
You two got problems, man. Really, seriously.
Yeah. Oh.
So it is time now for everyone's favorite game, over or under. So quick rules if you haven't seen this before. I have 5 different scenarios, 5 percentages of how likely these scenarios are. These guys have no idea what these are, and I'm going to go back and forth. They're going to make their short case why they think so. I will start with Joe.
Oh boy.
Now you got to think what realistically is going to happen versus what you want to happen, okay? 35% chance the new Yoshi game has Labo integration.
Ooh. I would say over 35%. I feel like if anything, that game, I mean, it has crafted in the title. I can totally see it. I'd say over.
Over, okay.
Yeah.
Bobby?
I just want to know why you started this question with like, in reality, not what you want. Like, who wants Labo?
No, that's what I'm saying. So like, someone might be like, "Oh, hell no."
No, I don't think it's gonna happen. I think that's I mean, I can see how people can put the comparison together, but I don't think it's going to happen at all.
Has
I think
anything?
I don't think there's zero chance of that ever happening. Because what do you do? Like, what's the hit? What's the hook? Like, there's
I don't
no,
know.
it makes no sense. You know what I mean?
It's
Yeah.
a little
No.
extra thing for the kids. I mean,
Stop it.
they added no,
You-
but dude,
see,
like
this
they
is the
randomly
problem.
added it with Mario
Here-
Kart, like with the
here's the
wheel
problem.
thing.
That's different, man. That
How
makes
is it different?
sense.
It's the same
Because
thing.
that makes sense.
You craft things. Come on.
So what do you want to make a little dinosaur that vibrates across your table? Get out of here.
Come
Don't
on.
give him ideas. Don't give
I'm
him
just
guy,
saying, you
get
make your
this-
own Final Destination stage right there.
Oh
Bam.
my God,
Labo
this
for
guy.
Smash confirmed, fam.
This
Let's
guy-
go.
This guy's got come on. Patrick, talk to me.
The hilarious thing now is that they're gonna make a construct it yourself Yoshi amiibo, and Bobby's gonna have
Oh
to buy
my
it.
god. Yep.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say under though.
Ooh, don't say that. I don't want no more.
Well,
No, I mean, listen. If they make it, if they make an amiibo, that's
He has
different.
to get it.
I
Yeah.
have to get it. I have every single amiibo, man. I have every
Yeah.
single one.
you
so
don't
far.
have to get it.
Yeah.
Listen, listen. In reality, I don't have to. In the little convoluted reality in my head, I have to. So it's gonna happen. I have every single amiibo. I can't stop now.
Oh my goodness. Can't stop,
Yeah.
won't stop.
No.
I wouldn't want to see it, but then again, like as I think about it, I'm like I agree with you, Bobby. Like, how do they even?
Yeah. What do
make
they
it-
do?
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, like I said, in theory, it makes. I get it. Cardboard makes sense in theory. No, in reality, no, it's garbage.
Okay. Bobby, 80% chance. I should have done this a little higher. 80% chance we do see a January direct.
I mean, it depends who you talk to. I mean, it's happening this week. I mean, you talk to everybody. It's a done deal. I mean, we just had a fake announcement today, and everybody lost their minds believing it. The dummies. Like,
Yep.
do we not read anymore? We just start retweeting the minute we see Nintendo. Like, come on, man. Like,
Last
I'm-
year it was
excited.
announced.
No.
Is it-
Here's what disgust. This is what bothers me. Ambassadors are liking and retweeting.
Oof.
Like, dude,
Oof.
come
Yeah,
on.
That's a bad.
do you
that's a
not
bad.
see the certified logo next to the name before you start retweeting this stuff? I saw that this morning and I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like, I like you guys, but you guys are dummies. Like, what are you doing? Like, who retweets that stuff? Dumb. Read, people. Read. I mean, listen. I think there's. I'm going to go as bold as to say there's 100% chance that we're
Okay.
going to get it. I'm going to say it is going to happen on the 10th, and the reason why I'm going to say that is, last year, my birthday was on the 11th. Well, every year my birthday was on the 11th. Last year my birthday was on Thursday, and it happened. It came on my birthday, so I'm gonna roll the dice and go, yeah, it's 100% chance. Because typically, just so you guys know, the past 2 years, the week of my birthday, there's been a direct. Nintendo loves me. You know what I mean? Like the Nintendo baby Jesus loves me and likes to give me a nice present. So that's what they do.
History is in your favor.
History's in my favorite, yeah.
Joe,
Man,
80% chance?
I gotta remember it's 2019. I was like 2 years ago. Wasn't that the Switch announcement? No, it's 2019, Joe. Damn. I kind of want to say yes just for the fact of jinxing it. So I'm gonna say, like Bobby, over 100%, just to jinx it and not have it happen. Because I swear to God, if this happens and there's a trilogy announcement, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Can I say
Lose
this
my
though?
mind.
What I do want to happen is I don't want one in January. I want all these people that swore up and down it was happening just to look like, just to have eggs on their face.
February 1st.
Oh, I would, dude, I would fly to Washington and kiss Reggie's taint. Like I would straight up be like, bro, you
It's a
are my
family show.
man.
I'm gonna have to agree. I think history's in the favor, and
Yeah.
we actually haven't had a direct in a while. We had a Smash direct.
Yeah.
It still counts.
Yeah, but that's I get what Patrick's saying. Like a direct to me, those are just like game exclusive things, and I
Mhm.
don't really like. Yes, they're directs
Yeah.
just because they call them directs, but me personally, I don't feel their directs.
It's almost like a
Because-
newsletter.
Yeah.
Essentially, because you don't necessarily get hyped up for that direct unless it's a game you like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if it's a game you don't like, you're like, what? But a direct, everybody watches
Yeah.
because you might get something you like. You know?
I mean, it's like you guys were saying, history is in the favor of it happening at least in January. Maybe not this week, but maybe in January, just for the sole fact that, just like last year with that Smash Direct happening in November-ish, Xenoblade the year before was the main direct, the last one, going into the end of 2017, and then before that was a couple months ago, there was another direct, same situation there, so
Yeah.
the odds are in, everyone's favor that's guessing and spreading rumors about the leak and whatnot. Or it's rumors about the leak. The rumor. There.
Yeah. And all these clowns reporting Animal Crossing, Metroid Prime 4 is going to be in this direct. No.
Oof.
Stop. Please stop.
Nah.
Please stop.
I know, man. Please.
Animal Crossing will get its own direct.
I agree. Animal Crossing will get its own breakout. They might show a little snippet only to say, like, this is when you can expect it. And maybe to give the name of the game. And that might be, I think that's going to be the start and the stop. They are not showing off a lot of this game. And Metroid Prime 4, please, people, that game is so far away from being done. You are not getting anything. They're going to save everything for E3. Like, please.
No.
And everybody that's a YouTuber, please stop saying how dumb Nintendo is because they're not going to show it either. Like, it's not going to happen. We don't need to hear your fury and fire when it doesn't happen.
It's funny because, like, the same people will, it will come out and then they'll be like, this game is so empty. They should have put more time into it.
Oh, but that's
like, come on, man.
Yeah.
So, Joe, I'm asking all the difficult questions to Joe. 50% chance Mario Kart Tour is free. Free to play.
Good question.
Damn. I'm going to say over that it's free. And the reason was because I think we talked about this when it first got announced. I feel like that game, I can see that game being free with yeah, I can see that game being free with micro. No, I'm gonna stick to my guns. Because this happens every time I flip it. Because they can probably charge for the tracks, and although that is probably not going to be the most viable solution for a lot of people, I feel like that could be the way they go, given how Fire Emblem Heroes was successful in that way. And I gotta check how Dragalia Lost is doing, but I feel like when Mario went at that $9.99 price hold, everyone lost their mind. They went crazy over that $9.99 price, and like, I just don't think that that's gonna work in the marketplace for mobiles, for mobile devices.
I think Nintendo learned from that.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, guys. Here's the deal. You guys don't know this. I've never divulged this on the air before. I've never told you. I got an uncle that works for Nintendo, and he basically told me that it's going to be free to play. And then what you're going to do is you're going to earn coins, and then that's going to unlock stuff. But if you want to buy and unlock it quicker, you can do that. Like, that's what that game's going to be. Straight up.
Buy characters, buy
you'll be able to buy
tracks.
characters and stuff. Like, you'll get like maybe 2 or 3 characters to start, but you'll do your typical Mario Kart stuff where you're unlocking stuff. And then, like, you look at, I hope that they don't do something stupid like, hey, you can only race like 2 tracks a day, and then you got to use these like race coupons to like unlock more time, and like they can't do something like that.
It could be like the gas meter or something like that for your cart. It's like,
I mean, let's be honest. I don't think that I'm going to play this game. That's not a game I want in handheld, like mobile. I don't want nothing in mobile, to be honest with you. But
Joe, make sure to clip that, because I think when it comes out, Bobby's going to be like, this is awesome.
This is everything.
crazy.
This is great. This is everything I wanted.
All right, please edit that out of the show.
Okay.
Listen, I really don't think that is something I'm going to. I will definitely get it. I'll definitely try it out. I just don't think it's going to be something I like.
Yeah, I think that's the same with me too. Like, I don't feel like I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna download it and then play for a day. That's usually what happens.
I think Nintendo has 2 choices. Do you want this game to do well, or do you want this game to be a phenomenon? You got to put it free, man. You got to do it free. And like I can just see it now, like racing ghost friends, like fastest lap and stuff like that. Like, this could be big. I think it could be big.
I think so too.
Okay, and Bobby, 60% chance that 2019 has a total of 2 Wii U ports. That means New Super Mario Bros. U +1. So more than that.
So 3.
So yeah.
Okay. So
3
3
or more.
total. So 3 or more.
That's including the one coming out this week.
That's tough because I don't know what's really left. I don't think there's a whole heck of a lot of stuff left that can be ported. I mean, maybe Mario Maker, but I think that's a mistake. That game is trash.
Damn.
I mean, we can get 3. Man, that's tough, man. Because we can get 3D World, we get Wind Waker,
Twilight Princess.
Yeah, that's different.
And if those come out in a dual pack, that counts as one.
Yeah, no, I know. That's just we don't need that game. That game can stay where it is.
What? Terrible.
You're terrible. Stop it. It's the truth. That game is not as good as Wind Waker. Man, I'm gonna say. You said what's the percentage?
60% chance we have 3 or more.
Man, that's a high percentage.
It's a packed year.
I know that's the other problem, man. It's not like they need
packed year with unknowns.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not really. We pretty much know what our year is looking like.
Yeah, but there's still room.
No, there's absolutely room. You got to look at it like this. They're not going to. I don't believe. And we're pretty close to booked. January I mean, I think they have like 8 games announced so far.
Yeah,
9 games. So they only have room for a couple more.
Tokyo Mirage, Wonderful 101.
You know what, man? Yeah, I think they're probably gonna hit us with another 2 easily.
Okay,
so I would go above 60%.
Joe?
Yeah, I'm gonna go above 60% as well. There's no way they don't do another port, and I can totally see 3 being the sweet spot here for this year. It's like just thinking about games that are left. I mean, yeah, I keep half joking about it, but Wonderful 101. You get there's still Pikmin 3, or Pikmin Collection that could come out.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, man.
I don't think Wonderful 101 makes a good transition as a port.
No,
though.
It could be a digital only thing that gets dropped or whatever, but
well, because they are talking, if I'm not mistaken, I thought they mentioned Wonderful 102.
Don't tease me, Bobby.
No, I'm serious. I thought Platinum teased that a while ago.
I think that'd make more sense. Because then you like, how do you? Is it handheld only if it comes to the Switch? Like,
no, you can make it.
That's another game that wasn't that good.
Oh, kind of like Okami. Yeah, I see where you're coming from.
Yeah, that game wasn't that good either, man. We don't need that game.
Jesus Christ.
The only game, the only game we need are 3D World, Wind Waker,
Minecraft, Minecraft, Fortnite.
I'm not saying that. We already got them. I don't need them again. I don't need them ported over again. I already got them, man. I'm good.
I mean, it's not going to happen now, but I'm kind of sad that Woolly World is locked on that console. It'll never come
another
over.
one, man. Why do you say it would never though? They brought the 3DS.
The new Yoshi.
I feel like Crafted World is like a close enough relationship.
I don't think it'll come this year, but I think that's definitely one that could come over. That game is phenomenal, man. That game was so good. Oh man, you're making me gonna bust on my Wii U, man. I want to play that game.
So
again.
good.
Do it, Bobby.
Yeah, I'm going to. I'm gonna put it on here on the desk.
Do it.
Canvas Curse HD screen. What a shame! What a shame that game was. Jesus Christ.
That game. Wait, Canvas Curse? No, what the?
No.
Rainbow Curse.
Rainbow Curse. Yeah, Rainbow Curse.
That, you know what, man? That is such a shame because that game is absolutely. Now, if they were to take the motion controls out of it, or the pointing controls, and just make it where it was actually you could control it with. I mean, that takes away the game pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's kind of difficult. No.
Yeah, but I mean, no. What I meant was like if you took away like where he just rolled on, like you have they could do it because you think about it, like when you played as Waddle Dee, when you had a player 2 play, they control Waddle Dee with a controller.
Yeah,
So I mean, you could base. I don't know. I don't know if that game
It's
works.
hard.
But the worst thing about that game was you would play it right, and it would look gorgeous, like look gorgeous, and then you'd have to look at that stupid gamepad that was 480, and it was like, man, all I
Gross.
want to do is look at my 70-inch HD TV and look at the fingerprints in the clay, and I got to look at this stupid gamepad the whole time. Yeah, that was bad.
So, Joe, you said over?
I say over.
Okay. Yeah, I think 3. I think we get 3.
I think that's
Well, we got to get Star Fox Zero too, you know.
We need to.
Don't
We
even
need to.
don't even joke
Please.
about that, Bobby,
You
because
two
you know
need
it's
to
gonna
get lost.
happen.
You 2 need to get lost.
No,
with that
I
nonsense.
dude, I that could stay on the Wii U. I'm okay with that. I'm just saying, don't joke about that because that's gonna
If
I'm
come
ready
back
for the
and bite
racing.
you. That
If
is
they bring
very
that, man,
dangerous.
I'm gonna lose my junk.
Get the
They
racing
sh-
game.
They should burn that game, man.
Oh my god.
And then finally, Bobby, 15% chance we hear officially from Nintendo, not, and I don't know, whatever YouTuber.
Mhm.
New Switch revision, news, announcements, picture.
In 2019.
Yep. Any official announcement or mention or 15?
Man, I'll be honest with you. At this, a couple months ago, I really believed we were going to get something. I don't believe it anymore. I just don't believe it. I think that we're probably another year away from it. I think what they'll do. I think a lot depends on what Sony and Xbox does.
Mhm.
But man, I don't think we're going to get anything this year. That's my gut. I mean, I hope I'm wrong. I would like to get a revision because I'm ready for an upgrade. And what I mean by that is like I would like a little bit more memory and like a 1080 screen on the actual console, like in the handheld portion of it.
The bezel.
That's the bezel. If they could just eliminate that bezel and just run it to the outside, like that would be amazing. That's what I mean by like I'm ready for an upgrade. Like, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with my Switch. I just feel like there's a couple of tweaks that they could do to make that thing even better, and really take it up to the next level. But I don't think we're going to hear anything, man. I really don't.
Joe?
Yeah. I'm gonna agree there as well and say and side on that under we don't get. I hope I said that right. Under. That we don't get announcement this year, and I mean that was very similar. Like, I think they're paying attention to what's going to happen because if Sony or Microsoft announce something next year or even this year at E3 for something next year, I think they're going to play it close to the chest there and try to launch around the same time as them just to kind of then even out the launch of that console and keep everything the same again, like, how it was I think like 2 generations ago now. Like Nintendo's been ahead now in terms of trying to get their launches. In terms of the Wii U launched a year before PS4 and Xbox One, I think. And then I think Wii U was 2011,
so.
right? And then the following consoles came out 2012 or something like that. Someone wants to check that.
I thought Wii U was 2012.
Was it 2012? Maybe I have it flipped over.
I don't know.
I feel like it came out earlier. Anyway, and then like Switch got that in between slash like end of life cycle going on in this weird generation. So I think having that new Switch drop around the same time as like the other consoles is probably what they're going to be aiming for. And like Bobby said, small tweaks here and there. This is one that probably no one cares about, but I have these Sonos speakers and I would love to use them with my Switch in surround sound, but I can't because of the way their surround sound works over the surround sound that's used in some of the other like household items and whatnot. So I can't explain it, but I would love for that to get fixed, so that way I can play games.
I would love voice chat to be baked into it. Better,
dude.
Like I would love for them to just go like, you don't need the phone app. No, here you go.
Just give it as an option. Just like dude.
Like, but I do feel like in order for that to kind of work, they gotta kind of up that a little bit better. We have voice chat in there. It's not that great. In-game voice chat is not that great. But I mean, if they could actually up update it and put whatever the voice chat is in this phone, if they could put it in there, I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
I'd be good with that.
Yeah, I don't know. 15% chance is pretty low, but I think that they shouldn't. I'm speaking at what I want now, but I don't think they should. It ruins momentum a little bit because you're like, oh, another console that we have to. I feel like the Switch is still in like this phase where people are still learning the
Yeah.
concept and like newer customers are coming over. So I think it would be a mistake personally, but I don't think it happens.
I'll be honest with you. I think what dictates whether they do it this year or next year is if they hit that 20 million mark. If they fall a little short, right? Which going by analysts and predictions, they're probably going to fall about 3 million.
Pachter.
Yeah, well, not even them. I read an article where they grabbed 8 analysts and had them basically go, and all 8 of them basically came to the consensus that they feel like Nintendo is probably going to fall about 3 million shy of where it needs to be. Now, this was pre-Christmas, so now we know Christmas Nintendo had record numbers going in. So we're coming out of Christmas, we know they had record numbers. So it's kind of interesting to see where they're going to fall. But we also have Animal Crossing, and I think if Nintendo puts that out with a new Animal Crossing console, that could raise. But I feel like if they fall short, you could see them do it for next year to kind of double dip, and get people to jump in.
Okay, so that was over under best game in the world. And now, folks, the Bobby
Oh boy,
blood pressure topic of the week, narrated by Bobby. What do you got this week, man?
So yesterday I was sitting around the house and I was watching a couple of YouTubers, and they were talking about this article that I believe Nintendo Everything published. And it was about, they translated an interview from Japan where Furukawa basically had a lot of things to say, but he was basically in a roundabout way saying, like, we're not focused on home consoles moving forward. That's just not where our mindset is anymore. Our mindset is more, what I took from the article was they're getting lean and they're getting their mindset where they can pivot at any second. Where if the next generation, if home consoles are completely dead, then we'll kind of get like a handheld. If it's a lot more what it is now, then we'll get like the hybrid, what we have now. I feel like what they're basically getting at is you're never going to get a dedicated home console again. That's not going to happen. We're done with that. That's the way I took the article. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but I really do feel like that's probably, it's kind of reading the tea leaves too. But all of a sudden, man, there's all these YouTubers. Well, I've seen a couple of them, but the one in particular, what Van Buren? He basically is crying and saying like he's up at night and he can't sleep and he's having these, like, please, dude, please stop the madness. But he's talking about all this stuff, saying, because he reads it as they're going mobile. He's already said they want to go more mobile, because here's what happens. Let me explain this to you, buddy. What happens is they go mobile, and that money is a consistent cash flow coming in, right? So what happens is you have that steady revenue coming in, right? And then what they could do is not lay people off that are working on the other games, because you have that constant revenue stream coming in. Here's the beauty of a mobile game. You make the game, you put it down, you do these small updates to it, you do so, and people keep spending money on it. And guess what? That money comes in, and you can then throw it to different places. That's called business. That's called being smart. Assuming that they're going to shut it all down for mobile, what is wrong with you, dude? And the problem is all these people are talking this nonsense, and it's like, where is your mindset? Like, first off, Nintendo is the company that does everything different than everybody. They like to control things. If they go strictly mobile, they lose 100% control. Now they're dictated upon what Apple tells them and what Android tells them, and all these other Google and all these other companies tell them. That's not Nintendo. Wake up for 2 seconds here. If you're a Nintendo fan like you people claim you are, then you know how Nintendo works. They want 110% total control. Here's a beauty thing. Why would they get rid of consoles when they make so much money off of developers putting stuff on their games, on their machines? Home consoles, bro. That's where he's talking about. That's what is going to be kind of disappearing. But to just say they're going to get rid of consoles, like I said, I feel like it boils down to this. What was the Switch? The Switch was a basis of home consoles are dead in Japan.
Yep.
So what do? We put out a hybrid that's a handheld and it sells like gangbusters. And what's it doing? It's kicking the snot out of Sony in Japan. And then over here in the United States, here's the home console. Now, if the next gen, in the United States, which I don't believe that's going to be the case, but it could be, where people are like, I don't need a home console no more. I don't want a home console no more. Then guess what? Nintendo doesn't put out a home console no more. I think this is just Nintendo preparing and being smart. It's called smart business.
I just found it funny because like in the video he was like, well, I could see Sony taking on Mario, and I'm just like, dude, come on.
I know, like, come on,
Like-
dude. Like, get your head out of your ass for 2 minutes, bro.
Yeah.
Nintendo is not. First off, Nintendo is not going to go to Sony to publish games. Let's
No.
wake up from that fantasy land. First place they ever would go for third party is to Xbox. They're not going to go to Sony. They hate Sony. And I don't care that Sean Layden and Reggie were standing on the stage together. Doesn't mean crap. They do not get along business-wise.
Yeah.
Nintendo feels like all Sony does is carbon copy and steal their stuff. And it's evident in everything they do. They're constantly trying to steal stuff. Listen, it would not surprise me if the next Vita that comes out has some type of lockdown where you're playing games on the go and it's basically like a Switch clone to some degree. Would not shock me at all if
Yeah.
they do something like that. They were already kind of doing that with the PS3 and the Vita, but it just was not a really good thing. I could totally see that happening.
Yeah. And the other thing is, times are definitely changing because back then you would see, kids with Game Boys and whatever.
Yeah.
Now you're seeing kids with phones, and it's just
Yeah.
like Nintendo's like, where can we insert our franchises as early as possible?
Yep.
And it's kind of our fault. Like these mobile games are absolutely killing it. So
I mean,
it's a business.
Sean and I, we did an episode if we ran Nintendo a couple of weeks ago, and we talked about it, and we were like, "Hey, man, 3DS is dead, right? We would get away from the 3DS. Nintendo has never been able to maintain 3 pillars. Put it down, Joe. Put it down. Put it down, Joe.
Don't listen to him.
Nintendo has
listen to
never
him.
been able to maintain 3 pillars, right? So when they announced the DS, they had the Game Boy Advance and they had the GameCube, and they were like, "Hey, this is going to be the 3 pillars." And not long after, Game Boy Advance disappeared, and it was just a DS. They can't handle it. So in our ideas, we were like, "Hey, mobile is where every kid you see has a phone. Every kid." So you start putting these games on mobile, and then when the kids get a little bit older and they go, "Hey, hey man, there's Mario. I want a Nintendo console," and it'll be like a Switch or a handheld or something, or whatever. But like, they can't maintain 3 pillars. It's not going to happen. So
Yeah.
it makes sense to me to throw games on mobile. Why not?
Joe, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, what Bobby said is a damn mouthful. My qualm is, I mean that in a good way. Sorry, I didn't mean that like in a dickish way or anything. I just feel like, man. All right, I'm gonna try not to go on a rant. I'm gonna try to be as nice about this as I can.
Don't be nice, Joe. Let it loose.
The Joe
Let it
blood
loose.
pressure topic of the week.
Let it loose.
I feel like a lot of times when certain things like this comes out, it's just enough to get people to make a headline on a video, and it's part of why people don't take a lot of YouTubers seriously as people who try to make good discussions out of certain topics, because they over dramatize the situation in the fact that, like, oh my god, they're never going to make another console ever again, they're going mobile, blah blah blah, they're going to partner with Sony and all this stuff. And you can have those conversations in a more in a nicer in a round table like this sort of discussion.
Yeah.
But to go there in front of a camera and say this, that, and the other thing is going to happen, oh man, everything is gonna go down. Blah. It's just not. It doesn't help anybody. All it is stuff that it's the definition of clickbait is what it is, where you're getting people to click on a thing that's just absolutely bonkers and BS, and you're doing it for the views at that point because you're gonna have a video 3 weeks from now or a week from now saying how great Nintendo's doing with all these different games and blah blah blah, and home console isn't gonna be dead because this amazing direct just happened and this game is coming out, that game coming. You have nothing to worry about.
Yep.
But then you just did that video a week ago about how mobile is going to be their only source of where video games are coming. What happened to that thought process a week ago? What's going on? Keep your story straight. Use some sort of common sense, and also go back and take a look at their history of what they've done.
Yeah.
He took the video down.
Did he?
He took the video down.
Good.
Jesus.
He should.
He should be embarrassed.
This is also the same. Oh, see, you got me started.
The same guy.
This is also the same guy that freaked out about CND with the.
It's all clicks, man.
It's all he's about is clicks.
I'm sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It's the truth. It's the truth. Because here's the thing
is that's Joe.
I'll say it. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of these YouTubers, right? That are just negative, attacking Nintendo, and all it's doing is raising their views because people go and watch it. And it's like, dude, you put out a nice quality video and it gets nothing. And then you put out this video that just attacks, and all of a sudden it's like 20, 30,000 views. And it's like, why? Why are you watching that? It's just BS. It's all clicks.
Yeah.
Nothing in that video is substance. Nothing in it. It's just a hot take and it's hot trash. That's just, Sorry.
I agree.
Sorry, viewers.
So we missed the boat the first time, and I was very disappointed in all of us. But now we get another chance to talk about the legendary Bowsette, and I wanted to hear, Bobby's opinion on this queen of a character. So basically, Nintendo, not directly, indirectly, kind of shut down the fact that she won't be in this game. They didn't mention her name or mention anything. But they were like, listen, New Super Mario Bros. U, Toadette's the only one who can use this. So essentially getting rid of the idea of Bowsette. Now wasn't there something where Nintendo actually had some concept art for something like a Bowsette?
Yeah. They had Bobby, I'm putting Josette over your face right now for those watching this on YouTube or want to watch it on YouTube.
Why over my face?
Because it's
putting
funny.
What?
I put
your face.
I put Josette, the Joette emote. It's over Bobby's face right now because you look beautiful, Bobby. Sorry, I lost complete track of what we were talking about.
They had some kind of concept art.
They had an idea for a Bowsette type character, and then they kind of scrapped it. I guess they didn't feel like it was it was something that they wanted to take the direction of. They didn't really go into like detail or anything like that, but yeah, that was a thing.
So I actually like the look of the character. The photos that you can show on the internet. I wanted to ask Bobby though, realistically, there's a lot of momentum with this. PewDiePie was covering it. It was in the mainstream. Is this a mistake?
No, the mistake is the fans. And let's be honest.
It's not.
No. Listen, hear me out. The idea and the concept, it was good. It was cool. The problem was the minute the hentai started and all that stuff started, you lost Nintendo at that point. Like, you honestly, I truly believe if they would have had it where, even if it was kind of sexualized, like, listen, they like, dude, they embraced Bayonetta. You know what I mean? Like, but the minute you start having her like sleeping with other Nintendo characters and doing
Bobby, you're so
sexual
adorable.
Stuff, what? I'm being serious.
Don't look up Inkling.
I know. Don't.
No. But what I'm saying is that was stuff that was taken prior. Like, that was Nintendo put them out and then they grabbed them and took them. If these people would have let them Nintendo grab them and go, I think it's fine. I think that the minute that because here's the thing: when the Inklings came out, that didn't explode. That sexual stuff didn't explode mainstream. You didn't see it all over Twitter and all that stuff. This went like mainstream. Like everybody was talking about it, and that's all they were talking about was the porn stuff. That's where I had I'm not gonna act like I'm above porn or anything like that. I'm not trying to act like I'm goody goody. What I'm saying is here's Nintendo that's supposed to be family friendly. When all that stuff comes out, if they purposely go, okay, we're going to make this a character, it's almost like, hey, we're saying that what you did was okay. And
there's a lot of association now with
exactly, and I think that's where the problem came in.
I think there was some tastefully done, like cosplayers and stuff that. That was really cool, and like different comics and stuff. The creator of it, well, the guy who like brought it to like the mainstream, he does some like pretty cool comics and stuff. But Joe, mistake?
I don't think it's a mistake. Let it be. You tell the internet.
No, he's saying it's a mistake for Nintendo not to capitalize on it.
Oh, I don't think it's a mistake. No, it would be hilarious and awesome if it were to ever happen. The question then becomes, though, and I don't know if this is treading too far off the topic, but
that port would have sold like crazy.
Oh yeah,
in there.
You know how many Switches they would have sold if they made Bowsette up in there?
Yeah.
The question becomes, though, does that version of Bowsette, like, what was their version of Bowsette over the one that was drawn? Because then it's going to be that you can't satisfy everyone's situation. It's going to be like, oh, why does it still have Bowser's face on it and not Peach's face, which is what the original concept of what Bowsette was. And I feel like you'll upset people in that sense, but it's the internet. Let us meme around. Also, Rule 34, just don't look it up, but there are tons of Nintendo things that are very, very unruly.
Yep.
Well, just this one got to blow up.
No, I get that. I get that. But let's be honest. Have you ever seen PewDiePie posting stuff about Samus or the Inkling or none of them? Because it happens, but it's so minuscule on the radar.
It was a meme moment. Like, it was in the direct. That got the attention, you know? Yeah.
No, and I get why it took off. It's the problem is the minute it took off is the minute it went sexual, and that is the problem. In my opinion, that's the problem. If it was something that was like more low key and it didn't get like put in the if it wasn't trending, like, dude, you got something trending on Twitter, like that's in everybody's eyes. And let's be honest, if that happens, how long before mainstream media picks it up? And we're in this whole Me Too moment. Like, how long before that gets picked up and they start tearing Nintendo apart for being like sexualizing women and all that? It's like, no, man. I think Nintendo just needed to.
That's a whole other story, but I mean, the eShop. Just looking at eShop.
The Japanese eShop. You're the only one that shops over there.
No, not just the Japanese. Yeah, it's getting risque, babe. Let's go.
But I do think that at the end of the day, though, I would like to see Peach in some way get some kind of game or like
a Super Peach.
Like a Super Peach. That game's great, by the way. But like, I don't know, just redefine her a little bit as a character.
Isn't she what's that? Peach's panties or something? Is that
what? Bobby's unreleased game just leaked on PNP.
No, that's the other one. No,
is Jules Watcham developing it?
No, there's something. Hold on. There's something coming out. There's something panties coming out. Because this girl puts on Facebook, she's like, "Why?"
No, even what? I don't know what you're talking about, Bobby.
Really?
You
don't know?
Joe has it pre-ordered already.
I know. He's just
apparently.
Hold
on, let me check my wallet.
Hold on, I'll find it. I'll get you.
I don't know, but she seemed to be kind of a different character in Odyssey, like, you know, taking her own. Like, I don't need a man. So
spoilers. It's like the best part of the game.
Come on.
The second best part of the game.
If you haven't played Odyssey, play Odyssey. It's like a 4-hour game.
It's called don't play. Oh, Panty Party. Panty Party.
Panty Party.
What?
It's seriously called. It's called Panty. It's like, what the hell is this, man? It's like
exclusive Joy-Cons with it.
What is happening right now, dude? It is, dude. Because I'm in this real small private Facebook group, like 13 people, It's run by a couple women, and they're just like,
Wow.
she actually posts. She goes, "Stop Japan, just effing stop," and she posts the link.
You
That's
type
probably,
in
like,
Panty
Team
Party,
over
and
there.
the first thing is Panty Party Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah.
Oh, this is like a visual novel game.
Joe, if we don't get a Let's Play,
He's gonna do it. You know him. He's already pre-ordering it right
If
now.
Switch allows it, maybe.
Oh, if Twitch allows,
that's
listen,
true.
he'll do it and he'll put it on YouTube. Who's
Oh
he
crap!
BS?
It's on Twitch.
There you go. There you go.
Panty
Oh
Party
my
Let's
God.
Play over
Yeah,
at
it's
Discuss
gonna
TV.
happen. It's gonna happen.
I apologize, everyone.
You told
So
him.
Joe-
What the hell?
What's up?
Sorry, I'm watching gameplay of it. It's like a fly. It's literally
You dirty
flying
dog.
panties fighting each other.
On air, he's watching that.
He's in it.
Disgusting.
He's in. He's
Disgusting.
sucked in.
This
now.
is
It's
so ridiculous.
over. You're welcome,
Um,
internet. You're welcome.
So
I'm sorry. They get power ups and weapons, and they shoot a. Someone shoot a
There it
motor,
is.
and it was
There
shooting
it
the
is.
motor.
He's done. It's over.
collector's unboxing coming soon.
That
Oh
is
my
all.
God.
As I said,
Jesus
Joe
Christ.
does have one more topic though.
Yeah. We'll make it real
Get
quick.
he's ready to go play some panties.
So he's gonna take a cold shower and then come back.
Whew. Anyway, yeah. So over the break, I got a crap ton of gaming done, like more than what I normally get to do over the most of the year. Even though I'm streaming a lot, I don't get to play as much off of streams, and it just got me to thinking of there was a conversation I had like about a week and a half ago or so, and I've repeated the story multiple times because it comes up every so often on stream, but like just talking about the Wii and how that's probably like the least familiar I am in terms of the games that released on there, because
So
that
good.
was such a that wasn't the best time for me, and so I wanted to know what generation of console you guys gamed the least and why.
Mm.
It's tough because I've always gamed. There's some consoles that I missed.
Yeah.
The original DS, never owned one. Never
Okay.
got a game at all. And that's kind of a shame because that was like really when a lot of, I would say, like cool Nintendo games came out. Nintendogs, WarioWare, like all that, like all the whole 2-screen thing. The 3DS was the console that I first.
I waited
all
till
that on.
DS Lite actually. Yeah.
Yeah. So the DS I completely missed.
For me, I would say GameCube. And I owned a GameCube. I played the GameCube. But the problem was when the GameCube hit, I was at this point in my life. I was about, I played it before this, but I was like in my 30s and maybe late 20s, early 30s, somewhere in there. And when I hit 30, I took on this thing in my life where I was just like, games are for kids and I need to start being an adult. And I literally sold off everything I had, all my consoles. The only thing I kept was Animal Crossing and Wind Waker. That's it. Just the games. Got rid of the console, got rid of everything. And then I wound up meeting Tony and I got with her, and then all of a sudden one day we were talking gaming and stuff, and she realized that like this guy likes gaming, but like he kind of gave it up. Why? And we started having the conversation. She's like, "Oh my god, I love gaming. Like we need to start doing this." And I fell back in love with gaming. The Wii is what brought me back, though. The Wii brought me real. And I'll be honest with you, like the other thing was the Wii that made me quit gaming, because when Nintendo announced the Wii, the first thing they talked about was this idea of like you'll be able to play a Zelda game and pull the sword out and like the bow and shoot. And I'm like, that is so stupid. I don't want nothing to do with that. Like I'm done with games. Like if I wanted to go do that stuff, I'd go to an archery field and run around like an idiot. And I totally left. I left Nintendo and gaming behind at that point. So probably like 3 years before the Wii launched, I kind of was like, I'm done. I'm done with games. So I have a little bit of history of with the plus the games I felt, and I know that like kids that were born during the GameCube era or played during the GameCube era will fight me on it. I just felt like the game sucked. Like Sunshine was broken. Like I hated Double Dash. It just didn't feel good to me.
This man.
Huh?
This man.
No, I mean, listen, I'm being honest. Like,
Now, some of them,
I hated the idea of like two characters on a cart and spinning them around and doing. I'm like, I just want to play Mario Kart, man. I don't want to like. I don't want to sit here and think like which combination works best. Like, I want my character. I want to jump in a cart and I want to go. And it was just like, But yeah, I think like Joe said, like you hit this point in your life where there's just so much stuff going on too. I was also like very financially strapped at that time. So it's just like it became all these things in my head. And like it was also the time when like me and my brother and my cousin were all going different directions. And up to that point, like, okay, so I don't like Double Dash. First Mario Kart game that I played that me and my brother and my cousin didn't play together. And that was how we bonded. We'd all play Mario Kart together. And like so that was basically what started to become this thing. So that's where I'm at with it. So
yeah. It's funny, Joe, that you say the Wii, because I feel like the Wii might be the only case where it's the most overrated and underrated console at the same time. Like, there's so many good games.
That's what I'm finding out too. Like, I showed you the text message of like the games that I picked up. I was like, all right, I'm gonna finally play Mad World. I got Tatsunoko versus Capcom, which is like one of those games like
so good.
I've been dying to play for years and just never bit the bullet on. And then my GameStop had it, so I was just like, you know what? Buy two, get one. I'm doing it. I rebought Darkside Chronicles. That was like one of the few games that I got to play when I did have a Wii, and eventually like Bobby was saying towards the end, like financial struggles happen, and like you're living just close enough to check the check with a roommate who isn't also paying rent, so you have to cover their rent as well. And it's just like it was just a whole mess. So I was like, you know what, I'm mostly playing my 360 at the time. I'll do without the Wii, and kind of like I sold it so that way, I can sort of make make rent and cover and help cover a little bit, because at the time like Wii was still selling like stupid. Like I feel like there was a point that eventually Nintendo World at the time like got Wii's in stock, but like I remember lines just out the door.
It took me 2 years
to get ridiculous, dude.
Yeah,
like it was crazy.
It took me 2 years to get one. We literally Tony actually got me the first Christmas we were together. I bought one for my nephew. I paid $500 on eBay. She saw where I got it, followed me, and went and bought one herself from the same guy for $500.
Wow,
and,
crazy,
dude! It was nuts.
Now you can get them for like a handshake.
Yeah. It's crazy. I'll never forget. I got my cousin a Wii before I got a Wii, and I went to Nintendo World, and I just happened to go. I went with my best friend, and we got on a line. I didn't know at the time like how crazy it was gonna be, but like I got there and I was at the end of the avenue, and they just happened to have enough that when we got in, we were able to get one, and they capped the line not too far behind me. I think I waited 2-3 hours for like I got there at like I remember this so vividly. I got there at 8:30 in the morning, took the F train, 47th Street, walked over, and I just see this massive line of people. The store wasn't even open yet. Like I think they opened at the time at 9 o'clock, and we were just waiting there. It was like frigid. Like we were getting this for my cousin for a Christmas present. My aunt gave me the money to get it for him, and it was just like, but it was awesome. Like I just remember I was like, oh snap. This is cool. A lot of people.
What the best part about standing in line at Nintendo New York is? Messing with the people walking by. I went there for Gold Mario, and I was literally around the block. And they'll go, "Why are you waiting in line?" And I swear to you, there was like 6 young kids in front of me, and every time I would have a different answer for every single person. And I'd be like, "Oh, they're this bank. They just opened this bank over there, and they give you $100 if you go in and open an account." And she's like, "And you're waiting in line this line for that?" I'm like, "Hey, it's $100, man. I gotta do what I gotta do." And then the kids heard me and they started laughing, right? And then the next guy comes up and goes, what do you stay in line for? I go, I don't know, dude, but the line is so long. I just thought I should stand in it. And they're like, I'm like, so then he goes, he thought I was being a jerk. So he goes to the kids in front of me. Why you guys stay in line? They're like, I don't know. We're just here for the line. Like we think it's something
That's amazing.
awesome. And it's just
so
like,
funny.
well, it's like every person that came by has had a different answer for the best time ever, man.
Oh
It was
my
awesome.
God.
It was like that when I was waiting for the NES Classic the first time.
Mhm.
It was a giant line outside. I think it was Walmart. People were like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Why are you at Walmart so early naturally? Like, what are you doing?"
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, the Wii is a great console to collect for. I'm looking at about like 60 games right now. I got my red Wii. Beautiful, beautiful thing.
That's
Yeah, I'm just
Um,
using my Wii U Wii mode.
Yeah.
I saw it. I'm yeah, go ahead.
No, sorry, before I forget, if anybody is curious about getting stuff on the Wii Shop and still has points for the Wii Shop, use them before the end of the month because it's shut down
my
after
God.
that.
Yeah, but you can't buy.
You can't
Wii
buy
Shop.
points,
Yeah,
but
you
you
can't
can
buy-
buy the games if you have points in your
Yeah.
account.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks, but whatever.
Yeah.
So there you go, guys. Episode 66 is in the books. We will see you next week. No breaks. We will see you in the next episode. So peace out.
Preston.